students, in this video we will discuss argand plane or complex plane, how complex number are located in the plane. So what is argand plane or complex plane? See the definition. A coordinate plane in which complex numbers can be represented is called complex plane or argand plane. A coordinate plane in which complex numbers are represented, that plane is called argand plane or complex plane. We see example. Suppose z is a complex number and it is 2 plus 3i. Z is equal to 2 plus 3i is a complex number. We can write in the coordinate form 2, 3. Every complex number can be written in the ordered pair 2, 3, where 2 is what? A real part and this is imaginary part. Both are real numbers, but the first component represents real part, the second component 3 is imaginary part because I is associated with 3. So how we can represent 2 plus 3i in the plane? 2 plus 3i, corresponding point of 2 plus 3i is 2, 3. If we take x-axis as real axis, if we take x-axis as real axis, y-axis as imaginary axis, then we will plot these points 2, 3. So on x-axis we will move 2 unit, on y-axis 1, 2, 3 unit, draw a line parallel to x-axis and from 2 parallel to y-axis. It is 2, 3 and this point P, it will represent the complex number 2 plus 3i. This point P, it will represent the complex number 2 plus 3i. The corresponding ordered pair is 2, 3 and you know that how we can plot the points in the coordinate plane. So here this plane is called complex plane because complex number are located here, represented here by the ordered pair. So a plane in which complex number can be represented, that plane is called argand plane. So this plane is argand plane or complex plane. If we take any other example, suppose z1 minus 2 minus 2i, minus 2 minus 2i. So what will be corresponding ordered pair? Minus 2 minus 2. This minus 2 is real and this is imaginary part. This is imaginary part. So on the real axis we will move 2 unit left of the origin minus 2 and imaginary part minus 2. So minus 1 minus 2 in the negative direction of y-axis, imaginary axis is y-axis. So we reach here. So where will be the point? This point. Suppose this point is Q. It represents what? Minus 2 minus 2. Means it represents the complex number minus 2 minus 2i. Minus 2 minus 2i. So complex numbers can be represented as the ordered pair in the complex plane. So I hope that it is clear to you. Now we will discuss how we can plot the conjugate of a complex number, negative of a complex number, like this. To represent z minus z, z bar minus z bar. Complex number, negative of complex number, conjugate of complex number, negative of complex conjugate. So let the complex number z is x plus iy. It can be represented in the form of ordered pair x, y, where x is a real part and this is imaginary part. So how we can represent z in the organed plane? This plane is organed plane. X axis it is real axis and y axis imaginary axis. So here we are taking x axis real axis, y axis imaginary axis. Ordered pair x y. So x unit on x axis and y unit on y axis. We will get the point here. Suppose P. This P is xy and it represents the complex number x plus iy. This P xy, it will represent the corresponding complex number x plus iy. So this distance is x unit and this distance is y unit. It is x, this is y. If we join O to P, this OP is called mod of z, as modulus of z. So we can find OP square using Pythagoras theorem. OP square is equal to x square plus y square. So what is mod of OP? Under root x square plus y square. And under root x square plus y square is what? Mod of z. Mod of. So point P represents the corresponding complex number x plus iv. Then OP will represent modulus of x plus iy. This OP is mod of x plus iy. So it was z. What is minus z? Minus z means minus x minus iy. We can represent in the ordered pair minus x minus y. Minus x minus y means in the third quadrant. So it will lie just opposite to P. Suppose it is P dash minus x minus y. It represents minus x minus iy, negative of z, minus z. Third z bar. Z bar means complex conjugate of z. So z bar, we write it x minus iy. In the ordered pair, we will write x minus y. The real part is positive, imaginary part is negative. So it will lie in the fourth quadrant. So P double dash. Its coordinate is x minus y and complex number x minus iy. So it represents what? Z bar. This is minus z, this is z bar. Minus z bar. Minus z bar will be minus x, we will multiply by minus sign, minus x plus iy. So minus x comma y. Minus x comma y means real part is negative, imaginary part is positive. So it will lie in second quadrant. So this part is what? Mod of z bar. Just opposite to it in the second. Suppose this point is Q. It is minus x y and it represents minus x plus iy, which is called negative of z bar. Minus z bar. So in this way we can represent the complex number, negative of complex number, complex conjugate of complex number in the complex plane. In the complex plane, x-axis is taken real axis and y-axis is taken imaginary axis, and as Cartesian coordinates are located in the plane, in the same way we can represent the complex number as a point in this complex plane. When we join the points with the origin, that will be the modulus of that complex number. So OP is the mod of Z, and this one OP double dash, it will be the mod of Z bar. Now we will see how we can find the distance between 2 points which can be represented by the complex number. So see the distance between the 2 points, and that points represent the corresponding complex number. We have taken here, let Z1 one complex number is x1 plus iy1 and Z2 is equal to x2 plus iy2. So corresponding point of Z1 be P x1 y1 in the form of ordered pair, and corresponding point of the complex number Z2, it will be x2 y2. So P x1 y1, one point, it represents the complex number Z1. Second order pair x2 y2, the point Q, it represents the complex number Z2. So what will be the distance between these 2 points PQ? So distance between the corresponding points PQ, we can use the distance formula as you have already studied in the coordinate geometry. So what will be the distance PQ? So distance PQ, we can write under root x1 minus x2 or x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This distance PQ is represented as x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square using distance formula. What will be Z2 minus Z1? Z2 minus Z1. We will write x2 plus iy2 minus x1 minus iy1. Write together the real part and imaginary part. So x2 minus x1 plus I common, we will write y2 minus y1. x2 minus x1 real part, take I common, y2 minus y1, it is the imaginary part. What will be mod of Z2 minus Z1? If we take mod of Z2 minus Z1, we will write square of the real part, x2 minus x1 whole square plus square of the imaginary part, y2 minus y1 whole square. See this one. What is PQ? PQ is also x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So we can write mod of Z2 minus Z1 is the distance PQ. So if 2 points are represented by the complex number, then the distance between their corresponding points can be expressed as mod of Z2 minus Z1. We can also write Z1 minus Z2 also. It can be also written as Z1 minus Z2. So distance between 2 corresponding points is equal to modulus of difference of both complex number. Modulus of difference of both complex number, either Z2 minus Z1 or Z1 minus Z2. Now we will see how we can apply the section formula. So we have supposed here, let Z1 is equal to x1 plus iy1 is one complex number. It is represented by the corresponding point P, ordered pair x1 y1. Z2 another complex number x2 plus iy2. It is represented by the corresponding point Q, ordered pair x2 y2. So Q is here, P is here. And the point R divides PQ divides PQ in the ratio M ratio N. Point R divides PQ in the ratio M ratio N. This point P represents complex number Z1. Point Q represents complex number Z2. So, which complex number will represent the point R? We have to find out. So, using section formula, we can write the coordinate of R. So, point R, coordinate of point R, coordinate of point R, using section formula. In class 10th, you have studied about the section formula. If a point divides a line segment in a given ratio, what will be the coordinate of that point? So we have to write m into x2 plus n into x1, m x2, n x1 upon m plus n. It is the x coordinate. And m y2 plus n y1, m y2 plus n y1 upon m plus n. So this ordered pair represents the point R. What will be the corresponding complex number? Corresponding complex number which is represented by the point R will be. So therefore corresponding complex number can be expressed as, so if ordered pair is x1 y1, complex number is what? x1 plus I y1. This is real part, this is imaginary part, so we have to use I with y1. Similarly, this is the real part, this is the imaginary part. When we will express it in the form of complex number, we will write this plus I into the imaginary part. So it will be mx2 plus mx1 upon m plus n. It is the real part plus I into my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. So corresponding complex number with the ordered pair this can be expressed as denominator is same, m plus n. We can add it mx2 plus I my2 plus nx1 plus I ny1, mx2 plus I into my2, nx1 plus I into ny1. We can take m common, so it will be x2 plus I by 2, n common, x1 plus I y1 upon m plus n. What is x2 plus I by 2? This x2 by 2, x2 plus I by 2, it is z2. So m z2 and x1 plus I y1, it is z1. M z2 plus n z1 upon m plus n. So this complex number represents the point R, or we can say that point R can be represented by the complex number m z2 plus n z1 upon m plus n. So ratio is m into n. So we can multiply like this: mz2 plus nz1 divided by m plus n. Z1 is point P, Z2 is point Q. So m into Z2, n into Z1 upon m plus n. It represents point R. This complex number represents point R. If m ratio n is 1:1, if m and n both are in the ratio 1:1, means R is the midpoint. That is, R is midpoint of PQ. Then R can be expressed as. So how we can express R? M n 1:1. So Z2 plus Z1 upon 1 plus 1 2. Z2 plus Z1 by 2. Here we will take M is 1, n is 1, 1 plus 1. So Z2 plus Z1 upon 1 plus 1 2. So midpoint can be represented by Z2 plus Z1 by 2. So if Z1 is one complex number, Z2 is another complex number. Okay. Then the line segment joining the corresponding point PQ, what will be the midpoint of PQ? So midpoint of PQ can be represented by Z2 plus Z1 by 2. And if ratio is there, we can use this section formula: m into Z2 plus n into Z1 upon m plus n. And midpoint can be given by this one. Next point, how we can represent in the complex plane the sum of two complex number and difference of two complex number. So representation of sum of two complex numbers Z1 and Z2. Let the first complex number Z1 is represented by point P in the complex plane, and complex number Z2 is represented by point Q in the argand plane. So how we can represent their sum? Their sum means Z1 plus Z2. So I have taken point P here, it represents Z1, point Q, it represents Z2. Join these 2 points with origin O. Taking OP and OQ are adjacent sides of a parallelogram, we will complete a parallelogram. We will complete a parallelogram. Name here R. 3 vertices are O, Q, P. Next vertex R. Join both the diagonals. Join both the diagonals. Both the diagonals intersect at point S. Both the diagonals intersect at point S. We know that diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So S will be the midpoint of PQ and S will be the midpoint of OR. So here coordinate of origin is what? 0, 0 means 0 plus I 0. So here Z is equal to 0. So how we will find the midpoint of PQ? We know that in the section formula, midpoint of PQ is what? Z1 plus Z2 upon 2. So point S will represent Z1 plus Z2 by 2. So since diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, therefore midpoint of PQ, it is equal to midpoint of OR. Diagonals bisect each other and bisect at point S. So midpoint of PQ and midpoint of OR, that is S, both will be same, both will be equal. How we will find midpoint of PQ? Midpoint of PQ will be Z1 plus Z2 Z1 plus Z2 by 2. And midpoint of OR, here Z is 0. Let this point R represent a complex number Z. Let us suppose point R represents the complex number Z. So it will be Z and it is origin. So Z plus 0 by 2. Midpoint of OR, it will be Z plus 0 by 2. And midpoint of PQ, it will be Z1 plus Z2 by 2. So we can cancel to what will be Z? Z is Z1 plus Z2. And Z1 plus Z2 means sum of these two complex number. So sum of these two complex number is represented by Z. And what is the corresponding point of Z? R. So point R represents the sum of two complex number Z1 and Z2. So therefore, point R represents sum of Z1 and Z2. Z is the complex number and its corresponding point is R. So R represents the sum of Z1 and Z2. When we join P to O, it is mod of Z1. O to Q, mod of Z2. When we join O to R, so what will be OR? Mod of Z1 plus Z2. OR will be mod of Z1 plus Z2. So when we will join the complex number corresponding point to the origin, it represents the modulus of that complex number. So here we have represented the sum of two complex number. Similarly, we can represent the difference of two complex number. So how we can represent the difference? Difference means Z1 minus Z2. So difference means Z1 minus Z. How representation of difference of two complex number Z1 and Z2 means Z1 minus Z2. So we know that Z1 minus Z2 can be written Z1 plus minus Z2. Difference Z1 minus Z2 can be written as Z1 plus minus Z2. Means we will add into Z1 negative of Z2. So what will be negative of Z2? Negative of Z2, it will lie in the third quadrant. So suppose this point is T and it represents minus Z2. So we have to add minus Z2 to Z1. So again we will make a parallelogram taking OP and OT as the adjacent sides. So how we can represent it? Suppose it is W. So again we will complete OPWT a parallelogram taking OP and OT are adjacent sides. So join this. So W will represent what? Z1 minus Z1 plus minus Z2. This point W, see the above figure, this point R represents Z1 plus Z2, Z1 plus Z2. So when we will complete this parallelogram, point T represents minus Z2, point P represents Z1. So this point W, it will represent Z1 plus minus Z2, sum of two complex number, and we can write it Z1 minus. So difference of two complex number is represented as sum of two complex number is represented as above. Now last topic we have to discuss triangle inequality. So what is triangle inequality? Triangle inequality, we know that sum of any two sides of a triangle is greater than third side. So let complex number Z1 and Z2, two complex numbers Z1 and Z2 are represented by the points P and Q respectively in the complex plane. P represents Z1, Q represents Z2. Then by completing a parallelogram, we can get the point R will represent their sum Z1 plus Z2. We have discussed it. So then their sum can be represented by the point R. It will be the sum of both complex numbers Z1 and Z2. I have told in the sum of two complex numbers. What is OP? OP will be mod of Z1. Modulus of Z1 will be what? If we join the point P to the origin O, this OP, it is mod of Z1. Join Q to O, so it will be mod of Z2. What will be OR? OR will be mod of Z1 plus Z2. So OP mod of Z1, OQ mod of Z2, and OR, it is mod of Z1 plus Z2. So take the triangle OPR. In triangle OPR, we know that one side is always smaller than sum of two sides. In any triangle ABC, we know that sum of two sides is always greater than third side, or a single side is less than sum of two sides. That is called triangle inequality. So sum of two sides is greater than third side, or a single side is less than sum of two sides. So here in triangle OPR, we know that one side is always smaller than sum of two sides. It means what? OR will be smaller than OP plus PR. So one side OR, it will be smaller than OP plus PR. OR is what? Mod of Z1 plus Z2, and OP mod of Z1, and PR and OQ, it is parallelogram, so opposite sides are equal, so PR and OQ will be equal. Mod of PR, it will be equal to mod of OQ, so it will be also Z2. So PR mod, it will be equal to mod of Z2. So it is Z2, this side it will be also Z2. So Z1 plus Z2 mod less than mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2. Take it equation number 1. So in this we have seen in this triangle OPR, one side OR is always smaller than sum of two sides OP and PR. So Z1 plus Z2 less than mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2. If points O, P and R are collinear, if O, P, R lie in the same line, O is here, P, then R. OP is what? Z1, PR, Z2, and OR is Z1 plus Z2. In that case, we can write mod of OR, it will be equal to OP plus mod of PR. if these 3 points are collinear, lie in the same line, then OP plus PR, it will be equal to OR. OR is equal to OP plus PR. OP means mod of Z1, it is mod of Z2, this is Z1 plus Z2. Second, so if the points are collinear, we can write this result. So combining first and second, what we can write? This one less than and it is equal to, so we can write Z1 plus Z2 less or equal to mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2. This relation is called triangle inequality. It is called triangle inequality. Mod of Z1 plus Z2 less or equal to mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2. If points are collinear, then it will be equal. Points are not collinear, then it will be less than. Mod of Z1 minus Z2 is also less or equal to mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2. This is also triangle inequality. Mod of Z1 minus Z2 less or equal to mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2. We can prove it. Mod of Z1 minus Z2, it can be written Z1 plus minus Z2. Z1 minus Z2, we can write it Z1 plus minus Z2. And it is less or equal to, using this relation, what we can write? Less or equal to mod of Z1 plus mod of minus Z2. Mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2, here Z2 is minus Z2, so less or equal to mod of Z1 plus minus Z2. Less or equal to mod of Z1 and minus Z2 mod and Z2 mod, both are equal. So mod of Z1 minus Z2, it is also less or equal to mod of Z1 plus mod of Z2. We can give reason here, since mod of minus Z2 and mod of Z2 both are equal. Mod of a complex number and mod of the negative of the complex number both are same. So in place of minus Z2 mod, we can write Z2 mod. So these two are triangle inequality. So all the topics over. Now we will take some questions from the exercise. Exercise 5.2, see question number 1. Using distance formula, prove that these points are the complex numbers, are vertices of an equilateral triangle. I have taken one triangle PQR. Vertices are PQR. Let point P represent the complex number 1. 1 means 1 plus I0. Point Q represents minus 1 plus root 3i by 2. And point R minus 1 minus root 3i by 2. Let this point 1, it is represented by point P and complex number is Z1. This is Q, complex number is Z2. R, complex number is Z3. Let Z1 is equal to 1. 1 means 1 plus I0. Z2 is equal to this, Z3 is equal to this, and corresponding points are PQ, R. We have to prove that it is an equilateral triangle. In equilateral triangle, we know that all the three sides are equal. What we have to prove? We have to prove that PQ, QR and PR all are equal. How we can find PQ? Using distance formula. I have told you distance formula. PQ is equal to what? P is Z1, Q is Z2. So mod of Z2 minus Z1. Write Z2. minus 1 plus root 3i by 2 minus 1. Simplified, minus 1 plus root 3i minus 2 upon 2. Minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 plus root 3i by 2. We can write it minus 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2i, and find the modulus of this complex number. Under root real part square plus imaginary part square. So minus 3 by 2 square plus root 3 by 2 square. So what will be minus 3 by 2 square? 9 by 4. Minus 3 square 9, 2 square 4. Root 3 square 3, 2 square 4. 9 plus 3, 12 by 4. So PQ is equal to under root 12 by 4. 4 3 is 12. PQ is equal to root 3. Similarly, we will find QR and PR. QR, Q is Z2, R is Z3. What will be the distance QR? Z3 minus Z2. Mod of Z3 minus Z2. You can write also Z2 minus Z3. So Z3 is this one. Minus 1 minus root 3i by 2 minus, and Z2 is minus 1 plus root 3i by 2. LCM is 2. Minus 1 minus root 3i. Here minus sign is there, so sign will be changed. Minus into minus plus 1. Minus into plus minus root 3i. Plus 1 minus 1 cancel. Minus root 3i minus root 3i. Minus 2 root 3i by 2. 2 cancel. It is minus root 3i. Minus root 3i means 0 minus root 3i in the form of complex number. What will be the modulus? 0 square plus minus root 3 square. So it will be only root 3. So QR is also root 3. Now we will find PR. Now find PR. P is Z1, R is Z3. So PR will be Z3 minus Z1. Z3 is minus 1 minus root 3i by 2, and Z1 is 1. Minus 1 minus root 3i, take LCM, minus 2 upon 2. Minus 2 minus 1 minus 3 minus root 3i upon 2. We can write it minus 3 by 2 minus root 3 by 2 I. When we will take modulus, we will write minus 3 by 2 square minus 3 by 2 square plus minus root 3 by 2 whole square. Minus 3 by 2 square, 9 by 4, it will be 3 by 4, so 12 by 4, 4 3 are 12, again root 3. So PQ, QR, PR all are equal to root 3. Root 3, root 3, root 3. So all the three sides are equal. It means these points are the vertices of equilateral triangle. since PQ is equal to QR is equal to PR, all are equal to root 3. So this implies PQR are the vertices of an equilateral triangle. So using distance formula we have to prove it. Now we will take the last question, question number 4. Only 4 questions are there. Second and third homework you can do yourself using distance formula. So see question number 4. See question number 4. Show that Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4, these are complex numbers, are the vertices of a parallelogram if and only if this condition holds. Z1 plus Z3 is equal to Z2 plus Z4. So I have taken a parallelogram ABCD. Point A represents Z1, B represents Z2 and C Z3. Point D represents Z4. Let Z1, Z2, Z3 and Z4 are the vertices of parallelogram ABCD as shown in figure. So we will join both the diagonals DB and AC. We know that in a parallelogram, diagonal bisect each other. If Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 are the vertices of a parallelogram, and after joining both the diagonals, we will get M is the midpoint of diagonal AC and diagonal BD. So Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 are the vertices of parallelogram ABCD as shown in figure. This implies midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD. Midpoint of AC, how we can find midpoint? Z1 plus Z3 by 2. Z1 plus Z3 by 2. And BD, Z2 plus Z4 by 2. We can cancel 2. So Z1 plus Z3 is equal to Z2 plus Z4. So if Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 are the vertices of a parallelogram, if and only if, that's why we have put here both side implies sign. Means if Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 are the vertices, then this result is true. And if this result is true, then Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 will be the vertices of parallelogram. So we know that diagonal bisect each other. So midpoint of AC diagonal and midpoint of BD both will be equal. So Z1 plus Z3 is equal to Z2 plus Z4. So it is the last question, question number 4 of exercise 5.2. Remaining 2 questions homework you can do yourself. Remaining things we will discuss in the next video. Okay, thank you class.